In this movie, I'll show you how to rotate your view of the image, which can be useful when you're painting in edits, because after all, it's analogous to rotating a piece of paper when you're drawing on it. To rotate your view, go ahead and drop down to the hand tool near the bottom of the toolbox, and notice that that tool has a little triangle in its bottom right corner. That tells you that if you click and hold on the tool, you're going to bring up a flyout menu, which in our case contains the hand tool and the rotate view tool, which has a keyboard shortcut of R, which will become important in a moment. Armed with that tool, just go ahead and drag inside the image window in order to rotate your view of the image. I stress you are not rotating the image itself, you're just rotating the image on screen. And you also have this compass rose, which helps you align the image. For example, at this point, I've rotated the image about 45 degrees. That's a little bit much though, so I'll taper it off to right about there and release. And now I'll press Ctrl-0 or Command-0 on the Mac so that you can see that the image is actually rotated inside of the pasteboard. Now what I've done is I've rotated this image and this image only. If I switch over to the other images, you can see that they're upright. And you may take issue with me where this image is concerned, but this guy actually happens to be leaning over to the right. If I press Ctrl-0 or Command-0 on the Mac, you can see that the image itself remains upright. All right, now let's say you want to rotate all images at once. I'll go ahead and switch over to that image that we started with, and I'll zoom on in a little bit as well. And now I'll go up to that context-sensitive options bar, and you can see this checkbox, Rotate All Windows. Go ahead and turn that on, and now if you drag the image, or by the way, you can enter a specific value, such as, let's say, 15 degrees, then you'll affect all of the images at once. And you can see that's the case where this image is concerned. And we can even see that this guy is leaning farther over to the right. Now, after you get done making your modifications, you'll probably want to go ahead and reinstate the upright orientation of your images. And you do that by clicking on this button right there, Reset View. And because Rotate All Windows is turned on, as soon as I click that button, I'm going to reinstate the angle of every single one of these images as we see here. All right, that's one way to work. But if this feature appeals to you, I have a shortcut. I'll go ahead and switch back to that default rectangular marquee tool, which once again has a keyboard shortcut of M. And now recall that the Rotate View tool has a shortcut of R. If you press and hold that key, you'll get the tool on the fly as we're seeing right here. I'm going to go ahead and turn Rotate All Windows off. And again, you'll only see that checkbox if you still have the R key down. And now I'll go ahead and drag inside the image window like so in order to rotate it. And once you complete the rotation, go ahead and release your mouse button and then release the R key in order to return to the active tool. The question now becomes, after you paint in your modifications, how do you reset the view, given that there is no Reset View button up here in the options bar? And the answer is to press the Escape key. That's all you do, just tap Escape, and you'll go ahead and reinstate that view once again. Now, a caveat I should mention to you Macintosh users is that it can be very easy to accidentally rotate an image from the trackpad. So if you put two fingers down and then rotate them around, you may end up rotating the image inside Photoshop. If that happens, once again, to get rid of that angle of rotation, all you have to do is press Escape. And that, my friends, is everything you need to know about rotating the view of your image here inside Photoshop.